Here's talking about anime. Guess it's important to hear what they say. Argue over wipers throughout night and day. Now that you listen to the Rant Cafe.
Yo, what is up, boys? How's it going? And welcome back to another episode of the Rant Cafe Anime Podcast. This week, we're going to have a heavy focus on Takopi's Original Sin, but we're also going to be talking about Tsubasa, Reservoir Chronicle, and Bunny Girl Senpai Season 3. But we're going to start off with Takopi. That was Jordan's recommendation. What up, Jordan, the anime dude?
What up? What up? What up, everybody? Happy to be here. Hope everybody's doing well.
Hell yeah. And we got Anime Recon, who didn't do his homework. He watched Takopi's Original Sin, though.
Oh, wait.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Rant Cafe. It's been a while since I've been here, but yeah, life's been busy. But we're all back together. The gang is back, and we're ready to talk about more anime, baby. Let's go.
Hell yeah. Okay, Takopi's Original Sin. I'm gonna be honest, that shit depressed me. So it ruined my day. It actually ruined my day. As good of an anime as it was, episode 1, people literally came into my chat while I was playing Apex afterwards. They're like, "Why are you so sad?" I'm like, I watched Takopi's Original Sin episode 1. It ruined me. It ruined my mood.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie. I felt bad recommending that one because it was also one where after that first episode, like I watched it when I was doing seasonals, and that was like I just had to call it for the day. I'm like, all right, that was my last seasonal for the day. I'm done after that. I gotta go take a nap. I gotta go to sleep real quick. I don't want to think about this
wanted to
anymore.
go to bed.
Yeah.
This show made me want to go to bed.
Honestly, Jordan, if you wouldn't have recommended this anime, because I don't really watch ONAs, because this was listed as an ONA, and I merely just watch, the regular anime at the very top. If you've never recommended this to me, I wouldn't have known about this, but now I do, and it is just masterpiece, but still depressing as well.
And that's crazy to me because you're the seasonal guy. You're the seasonal guy, and this is like the highest rated seasonal going on at the, or I guess it just.
Bro, it's like at the Takopi's on any chart is like at the fucking very bottom in the ONAs.
Yeah, so unless you're like active in the community, I feel
This
like
just sucks, man.
This one could go right by you, even as a big anime fan. If you were kind of keep to
Really?
yourself, I feel like if you keep to yourself, you might not know about this. If you just go online, see what's coming out this season, see what's popular, because it is kind of hidden. A lot of people miss ONAs.
I guess algorithms are crazy to me because I felt like I was dodging spoilers left and right. Like anytime I saw this show on like on social feeds, I would just look away because it was everywhere.
It's kind of like the same thing as To Be Hero X, because it is also a Chinese anime. It's not on the mainstream with the others, but I discovered To Be Hero X from watching a trailer. I was like, holy shit, this looks insane. So I just followed it, watched it every episode, and it's just amazing so far.
Like the website I use to keep track of my anime is AniList. And like right now on there, it's like the #1 highest rated of all time at the moment. Like it took over that quickly, and I think a lot of that's probably recency bias, but it's like already the number 30, like most popular all time. It is up there.
Yep. Honestly, I just off the first 3 episodes, I only watched the first 3 out of 6 chat. And maybe we could talk about the second 3 next week as well, along with some other anime. Sure. I will say just off the first 3, it's amazing. And it's really messed up because we have our main character, Shizuka. She's like 9 years old, and she's got it rough, right? Like, not only is she being bullied, but her at-home life with her family is non-existent, right?
Tragic.
And out of nowhere, this alien, Takopi, comes down, and she comes from, or this alien pink thing comes from like Planet Happy, I think. Is that what it's called? Happy?
Yeah. Planet Happy.
Planet
Happy, and tries to make people happy with her or with its happy gadgets.
It's happy gadgets, yeah.
It's happy
Exactly.
gadgets.
At first, I thought Shizuka was just like imagining it, like she was just tripping and like so depressed she made up her own imaginary friend, which could still be the case. But other people are also seeing Takopi, so I'm like, I guess maybe it's not the case. But the most fucked up and tragic thing in episode 1, what really got me was Takopi, this alien thing, gives a happy gadget ribbon or something, and it's supposed to make you like resolve your conflict with your friend, like after fighting or something. And our main character, after some events that happened that we could get into, uses this happy gadget to kill herself, to hang herself. And seeing Takopi's reaction and just not seeing it coming. I just didn't see it coming because it's the main character in episode 1.
Takopi doesn't understand.
Takopi doesn't get
emotions.
it.
He doesn't get it. He's like, what? He's like, huh? What just happened?
Is Takopi a boy or a girl? It could be.
They
don't really specify. It's neither.
An octopus.
It's
an alien.
It's an alien. It's an alien with no reproductive
It's like a Pokemon.
organs.
Just imagine him being a Pokemon.
Yeah.
Pokemon have sex. Briggs,
based off of
Takopi is Takopi.
Yeah, it's inspired from Doraemon. If you're familiar with that at all, that little gadgets thing.
Oh
yeah,
like the
series. Yeah, so it's like Doraemon meets like ReZero for like the first half of this series. Is I think
is Doraemon is Doraemon that blue cat with the like helicopter on his head?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
that one.
Do you guys have any
Never seen it.
Do you guys have any comments on episode 1 that we want to talk about?
I will say this is the type of show that's not for everybody. There's that disclaimer at the very, very beginning, and it's there for a reason. And did you guys watch the opening to this one, or the opening?
I briefly. I don't quite remember the opening. I just skipped through it.
Okay, it's just such a happy opening. All right, that's the.
I listen to openings, but for episode 1 and episode 2, I try not to look at the visuals because they usually have spoilers and it drives me crazy.
Yeah, this is why I wanted my camera on so people could see the disappointment in my face. All right, this is, but it's such a happy opening. It's so upbeat, and like we see that string of fate between Shizuka and Marina like in the opening as like it looks like they're getting along, right? Like he's bringing them together. And once that thing actually comes out in the show, the juxtaposition between how happy some things in the show are versus how depressing other things are really brings out like the extremes of both, right? Like it hits when it's depressing and it can be funny at the same time. It's weird and jarring, and I don't know. It's a trip. It's very hard to describe.
One thing. Go ahead, Recon.
Marina is pretty much the bully, the main. Shizuka is the victim of Marina's bullying. I really don't know why the fuck she even bullies her. Like, why would you bully such an innocent girl like that?
Dude,
I mean,
Marina is also a tragic character as well, and unfortunately, she takes out her anger and her issues at home and what's going on against Shizuka. But I think it's
but that's what I mean.
It's a very real
there's
thing.
There's no point. There's absolutely no point of letting out your anger on somebody else. That's what I kind of mean. It's like,
I mean,
you have your own problems, but you really shouldn't just take it out on some other innocent girl who's outside of your issues. And it's like,
it's true.
It's kind of crazy.
Shizuka had nothing to do with her dad getting with, or her mom getting with Marina's dad or whatever. Like, she's not involved.
Right.
She's just a child. But it's a really real thing when kids are having like trouble at home. Sometimes they're the ones who become bullies. The people who are like Marina was technically getting bullied by her mother, and when you get bullied, you end up bullying others. I think this is something very real about the show with an alien that has happy gadgets.
That's one of the most disturbing things about the show is how, like, despite how outlandish it can be, like how seeped in like realism it is. Like it's very grounded in some of the heavy topics that they delve into. And I think that's one of the things you see a lot is kids that like their home life is a majority of their life, right? Like that's pretty much everything they have. And when things aren't going well at home, when the adults in their life are letting them down, they try to take that rage out or like get those emotions out in whatever way they can. And sometimes, I'm not justifying what Marina does, but it's understandable in the same sense, right? Like it's something we see all the time. So,
yeah, it feels real. They gave a reason for her bullying. There's a lot of times in anime or in shows in general, it's just like this random guy at school is just a fucking bully. It's like a lot of the times there's a lot of deeper things behind it, and at least they show that here with Marina and what she was going on with at home. I will say another thing that feels very real is sometimes, no matter how fucked up your life is, if you have like one like pillar, like Chappie the dog, even though Shizuka had so many things that were against her and not going her way, as long as she had her dog, like her one pillar of happiness, I feel like she could get through everything. And that was her final straw in episode 1 and in other episodes as well. The second she loses Chappie is when everything crumbles because she's got nothing left in a way.
And then Takopi came into our life.
That was one of the hardest things is like, you know, watching what happened to the dog. It's always like even more sad when things happen to dogs. But,
Yeah.
It's for me the strongest thing about Takopi is that it's the most realistic anime that I've seen in a very long time. Not just because it's depressing, but it just shows people's true nature. Because there's a lot of, let's say, malevolence and determination in this anime, and showing people's true nature. Like, the world is not a very good place. There's just so much shit going on, and it's bad. But seeing, you know, Takopi doesn't even understand what the hell is going on. He's just there.
That was one thing that's cool to see, Recon, is we're like, so what ended up happening at the end of episode 1, after our main character dies, Takopi, one of her gadgets was like, she took a picture in time and she was able to go back, or Takopi was able to go back to that moment in time with Shizuka, back when she was alive. And we get to see Takopi trying to figure out and understand why she ended up killing herself, or like things that were going bad for her or good for her. And Takopi's like failure to understand humans, it was also another interesting aspect of the show. It's like, oh, it's because she doesn't finish her lunch, or like that she's getting bullied. Like, it was like Takopi was just seeing everything at very much face value at first. So watching this alien learn about humans and their darkness, but also what makes them happy, was also really nice to see.
Has he? I don't think he's even met, or has he even like dealt with humans before, Takopi? I don't think he has.
Came from Planet Happy, dude.
Planet Happy.
Yeah, Planet Happy. Everybody's happy, and it's his first time coming down to Earth, and he doesn't understand humans or how they behave and all that shit.
Yeah.
And just thinks it's gonna be an easy yippee-yay-do task, but yeah, it turns out it's a lot harder than he thought.
There's one scene where Takopi turns into Shizuka to like, oh, I could just talk this out with her bully, basically, with Marina. And then as Happy, or as they try and communicate, boom, slapped in the face. Like, Marina was never willing to communicate, to talk it out.
No.
And Takopi just never saw that coming in a million years, right? She's like, oh, like whatever, like, it could be settled, it could be talked about, right? Planet Happy must be a very happy, idealistic place, right?
He was very idealistic, very naive, like very innocent, I guess would be the word, as far as like with how he approaches the world, and how reality kind of hits him in the face harder than Marina does. It reminded me so much of that like meme video. Have you ever seen the guy hit the kangaroo to save his dog, and the kangaroo's just like shocked at like the fact he just got hit? Like that was Takopi in that moment, right? When Marina hit him. So
this family just wakes up every morning and chooses violence. It's crazy.
You know, what one of the craziest moments for me in this, I believe it's in episode 3, when Happy, or Takopi, hits Marina with the camera, and Marina dies. Shizuka never looked happier. Shizuka turned that frown upside down. Like, it was fucked up.
Her smile.
It was fucked up. She rarely smiled, if not never smiled. She was, after Marina got killed right in front of her, which would normally be such a traumatic thing, even if, like, deep down someone would be happy that someone they just dislike or that's hurting them passes away. It's like having someone murdered in front of you, something that traumatic, and, like, immediately she's just, like, happy-go-lucky and just turns 180 degrees. Because all of her problems are now going to be over, and the one person she like that was making her life miserable dies, is such a powerful, like, just like emotion, or such a powerful scene. More than the killing, but more Shizuka's reaction to it.
I think it's a very realistic scene that like you don't see portrayed very often, and just how kids don't quite understand the weight of everything going on in the world. They're not thinking about like the repercussions of all this things going on. She's zoned in on her life is miserable. This thing is causing it to be miserable. And then that thing's gone, right? So like the very unfiltered emotions of being happy about that are like understandable, but also so dark and contrasting to like the overall situation, right? It because we literally get some classical music that's like da 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 da. It's like so triumphant as like like smiles, and like there's just this fourth grader that basically got hit in the head with a brick. It's talking about how heavy the camera is, and she just the happy camera turned into like a blunt force weapon as she just got brutally murdered with it, and now it's just I don't know, the juxtaposition of things in this show is insane.
From that ribbon that was supposed to save their friendship being used to hang herself to this happy camera being used as a literal brick to the head is wild.
Yeah, and it's one of those things where I think this show really gets people and kind of goes at the core of human nature. And there's not anybody I've ever met that I can't like wrap my head around the fact that they are capable of awful things, right? Like there's multiple elements to people. There's their nature, and then there's like the nurture element, right? And nature-wise, you know, I don't think like the kids in the show are bad by any means. Like I don't think they're bad. Marina maybe like she took things to the extreme. Even
Marina
her
was
situation,
Marina was it? No.
But it's one of those things where the nurture side of things, they were let down very heavily by like the adults in their life and those around them, right? So like they all have their circumstances that like led them to become like either the worst version of themselves, or you know, that led them to such a place where they're so disconnected from their emotions, like they're so detached that like they're sitting there smiling and happy at their classmate being murdered in front of them, right? Like it's
honestly fun.
It's crazy. I don't know. It's one of those shows that's it's memorable if nothing else. So
yeah. Another theme that was a little wild is Marina going out of her way, and Takopi couldn't like figure it out. No matter what route Takopi took, Marina always found a way to find them, and is like, I'm gonna make her as unhappy as I am. Because Marina, the reason she's doing this is because of what's happening with her life, what's happening at home. She's getting bullied by her mother. Her mom and dad are fighting and basically divorced. Marina's father is seeing our main character's mother. There's a lot of fucked up things. So Marina's like, I'm unhappy. I'm going to make Shizuka unhappy. And we see that with the bullying throughout the series. But in this specific episode, it's like Marina was able to see that Chappie the dog is making our main character happy. And she does not want Shizuka to be happy by any means. So no matter what route Takopi took, she would find the dog, get it to bite her, scream, and get this dog taken away and put under. Insane.
Yeah, and it's crazy, that part in particular is because, you know, it seems like one of those things that you almost think it's faded there for a split second and whatnot. It's one of those things where it's not just they're happening to run into her, right? She's out there looking for her, which is why no matter how many times you redo it, you're gonna run into her. And I was looking into the manga a little bit after I finished watching this show, and apparently for that part in particular, it states like the thing with the dog, he went back like over 100 times. It was like 101 times or something, like trying to fix that. Which, I mean, if that was like a week each time, that's like 2 years of like trying to help this girl.
Oh my god!
Not get her dog died. Right?
I did not get that understanding from the anime at all. It seemed like you tried a couple times, like a week.
Yeah. Regardless, I think it was done really well in the anime. But like the point is, like he only really gets past that loop because he's naive enough. He's kind of naive like a kid whenever he hears the mom say, oh yeah, the dog. He went to go live with your dad, right? Like he's in a better place right now, right? And like Takopi takes that at face value and goes, oh. Well, then the next problem is I just need to go find out where her dad is to like get the dog and bring him back or what.
I'm assuming the dog's dead, but no spoilers.
I don't even think that's really a spoiler.
Not really a spoiler.
He's dead, Briggs. He's dead, Briggs.
Yeah.
Marina's
spoiler
telling her
alert,
that in
he's
episode
dead.
2. Yeah, she's like...
Yeah, of course it's fucking dead. Like, your dad didn't want it to begin with. There's no way your dad took it to Tokyo.
Dad died, dog died. It was just...
when they called animal control on a dog that just bit a 4th grader, right? Like, kids aren't going to understand that. You can kind of get away with telling them, hey, he went to go live on this farm. He's out playing in the field, right? But...
So, Chad, I only watched the first 3, so pretty soon we're going to move on to the other anime here. But any more thoughts, Jordan and Recon?
Well, Takopi's doesn't really have a clean story. It doesn't have really villains, I'd say, or any simple solutions. It's the whole show
It's
is
just
just
real.
messy. It's just real. It's messy, raw emotions, and a lot of the characters' actions. It might seem odd at first, but and we might not agree with all the characters' choices, with all the bullying and the harassment and all that stuff, and all the deaths that you see. But the whole show just wants us to like understand what led to these things to happen in the first place. What led to all of this to happen, which is
It feels real, man.
interesting to see.
As,
It just feels
as
real.
over the top it is, as crazy as things are, it does have a crazy sense of realism to it, even with a
I
fucking
feel like-
alien and happy gadgets.
I feel like part of the reason it feels so real is I know I've said the word juxtaposition a couple times, like it's the word of this episode or for this show, but it almost feels so real because of those things, like just the contrast between them, right? And it's like the contrast in like a woman's smile if you know she's angry, right? It just hits different. Like she's mad, but she's smiling, and like those two things aren't supposed to be combined, right? So it's seeing the way some of this plays out with like Marina's bullying being partially physical, but mostly just she feels wrecked emotionally, so she's trying to wreck her emotionally. She's going after like your dad's not around, your mom's out sleeping around, your dog's dead. Like she just goes all in on like emotionally wrecking our main character, right? And I guess that's I feel like it hits so hard because of how outlandish this show can be. But yeah, that's about it for me.
All right,
Marina just goes to sleep, wakes up. Well, another day of bullying.
Oh my god. Okay, Tsubasa Reservoir Chronicle. I do want to talk about it, even if we talk about these ones a little bit more briefly. Not a big deal.
Yeah.
I'll leave you guys to it. Enjoy.
Is there something you wanted to explain to everyone, Jordan, about this?
I mean, yeah, so Tsubasa Reservoir Chronicles is a show, like, I remember trying to watch this forever ago, just because I had, like, Dragon Ball Z box sets, and at the beginning of those DVDs and stuff, they had, like, unskippable ads for other anime, right? So, like, that's how I found this show. It made me watch the ad, and I'm like, you know what? I like the concept. I love the idea of the show, and, you know, I still do. I love the concept of it, and I enjoyed the show itself. But yeah, I guess the backstory that I've learned since then and the context of this is that this was it was done by Clamp, or at least the manga was. So Clamp, you guys probably know them best for like the character designs of like Code Geass, right? Like their character designs are very distinct.
Nope. Don't know them, don't care.
Okay.
Recon, Recon, I'm gonna give you a synopsis of this show as well.
Yeah.
Just to explain it to you in a second, but go ahead,
Yeah.
Jordan. Continue.
So Clamp is like a group of like 4 manga artists that like started back in like the mid 1980s, like 4 women that draw a bunch of manga. They've done a lot of work, right? So like Cardcaptor Sakura was one of the ones Recon mentioned earlier. Like there's Chobits, there's so many things that they've done, and I have Angelic Lair here behind me, and I guess the towards the very end of that, Tsubasa Reservoir Chronicles uses characters from these other shows, and like the core of those characters, as you kind of see, like there's different worlds, and it basically makes what I guess I would describe as like the Kingdom Hearts of anime, where they're going across these different worlds. It's using characters from these other series and like
it's like
in
the
like a new
Avengers,
way,
but
right?
anime.
Sort of, kind of, but yeah, but also not really. It's hard to explain, right? But it is its own thing. You can watch it without knowing those other references and stuff. But it's I don't know. It's a very cool concept that like I said, when they did it, it was over 200 chapters. It was a very highly acclaimed manga, and it like brought together characters that aren't actually the same character, but like it's the same core personality and character traits and stuff of those other characters, same names, and like they brought them into like a multiverse type story, right, where they're going from world to world. And yeah, I guess for anybody that hasn't seen Tsubasa Reservoir Chronicles, the main thing is that it's a love story of a guy loves a princess, she loves him, she loses all of her memories that are scattered across the universe, and the thing is he wants to go save those feathers of memories, but if he does, he has to pay a price of like what's most precious to him, and that's his connection to her. So basically through that, like if he saves her, she'll never remember him. Their connection,
So
and
they
they'll never have
essentially,
memories of him ever
I don't
again.
know
Yeah.
who the girl was that sent them through these dimensions. I cannot remember her name.
So, I don't
But
remember either, but I know it's the girl from XXX Holic. So that's like another
yes,
series, right?
yes,
That you hear
exactly.
people talk about.
And so
Yeah.
basically, she used her magic to send them to a dimension or another like universe
Mhm.
where to try to find these feathers, and they're gonna go around and find these feathers, which is
Mhm.
her memories. But in order to transport them, they all had to give up something that they valued most, right? Or give up something.
Mhm.
So one of them gave up the tattoo on their back, which we have to find out more about. Probably a reference to the other show. One of them gave up their
Mhm.
sword. Zoro basically gives up his sword, and then our main character, his thing was like his connection to her. So now he could save her, but in order to do so, he'd have to give up his connection to her, and she won't even remember him and everything that they've been through up until now, which
Mhm.
is crazy. So I like the concept. I think this older anime does have a certain charm to it. It
Mhm.
clearly they cared about the series a lot. There's a lot of emotion involved. There's so much music involved, and I just think
The OST is great.
older anime are just different, and they have their charm. And it,
Mhm.
like I don't know. Someone in chat put it perfectly. I can't remember the exact wording they used, but this it seemed nostalgic, even though I have never watched it before, because it reminded me of so many other
Mhm.
anime I watched back in the day. Of course, nowadays, now
Right.
that anime has become more mainstream, we got better animation as time goes on, and things are more polished. But sometimes they don't.
Mhm.
They feel more like a product than like art. Sometimes, not always, not always.
Right.
And I do think there's something nice about these older anime. I was thoroughly enjoying it, despite it not being amazing by any
Mhm.
means.
I like it. Yeah. It's one of those I've never finished a clamp thing, but I've like dabbled in a lot of them, and there's definitely heart to it, right? Like it
Yeah,
definitely feels like something you could see yourself getting into, right? Um, yeah, it's also weird to describe too, because it's like it's not like these are the same characters and they're from these worlds that like are the other manga. It's like except for maybe XXX Holic, but it's like the same character names and personalities, right? So it's
hmm
like Cardcaptor Sakura. That's literally just like a magical girl anime. Like it's one of those. I've never delved into it a lot because I've never watched a lot of magical girl anime, but it's like one of the main magical girl anime. And then
hmm
it's like Chobits is like a slice of life like rom-com type thing. And then they have other things that are a variety of genres, right? And characters throughout all of them. And they're like, let's just take these characters and mishmash them together
I
into its own unique story, right?
I do think we would appreciate it more if we had seen the others, but they're not necessary. For
Mhm.
example, there's this quote in
Right.
it where this guy says, "There's no such thing as coincidence." Fuck, I can't see the quote now. I covered it. There's no such thing as coincidence in this world. What does exist is only the inevitable. And
Mhm.
apparently, he says the same line in his series or the series that he's in.
Mhm.
So it's like
Yeah, no,
it
I
was a
have
cool. It
no
was a
doubt.
cool.
Like, I'd appreciate it more.
It
Yeah.
was a cool line. But imagine you heard that in an
Oh, yeah.
important moment about a series that you love, and then you see it again
Mhm.
here. Like it would be just one of those going crazy moments.
Mhm.
Also,
I feel like if
Marcus,
you went down the rabbit hole, you're gonna
yeah,
end up loving it.
of
Yeah.
course. And Marcus says, and the style is classic anime. It's what you'd expect an anime to look like. Nowadays, anime feel more
Mhm.
like another TV show. The exotic feeling of a cartoon from a faraway country is gone. I like that because obviously that's to like a certain age group's experience. Like if we grew up watching
Mhm.
early 2000s anime or anime
Mhm.
on TV, it did have this wow, these cartoons are so different than the cartoons I watch. This is not SpongeBob, right?
Yeah.
And it just felt very, very different. And I obviously, like, as things get more popular and mainstream, and we're influenced from Japan, but also Japan is influenced from the
Mhm.
West. And it's like, of course, things are going to transform. And sometimes for the better, sometimes for the worse. It depends. Like, Takopi's Original Sin is a masterpiece, right?
Oh,
And it's a modern
it's
day anime.
made production value very well. Yeah. Takopi is. It's not even comparable, like compared to
Oh, yeah.
anime from back then. But I will say, as far as character designs and stuff, though, like I said, Shaft has some of the, or Clamp has some of the best, some of the most recognizable character designs in anime, and
Mhm.
I really like them, right? So anybody that grew up liking Code Geass or Cardcaptor Sakura, like you see like a character design from a show like that, and you're like,
Yeah.
that's Clamp. Like you just kind of know, right?
hmm
So
Like I didn't know like do the research that you did, but the second you said
yeah,
clamp, I was like, yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense
they look
that
like stick figures,
they
right? Like
all
they're
look they look
they're
the
very
same.
skinny. Yeah, like the
I wish
swordsman's supposed to be all strong, but he's a skinny as hell, right? So
I would
it's
have
like a male
loved
model.
I would have loved to have Recon's opinion on this because it's older.
Oh,
Yeah.
don't worry. You guys have been chatting about this crappy Tsubasa Chronicles. Meanwhile, I've been watching the first episode of Isekai with Smartphone.
What?
So don't worry about me.
Why are you
Again?
watching that?
He's
Just to
rewatching.
buy.
You could have been watching Tsubasa Chronicle.
Just to buy some time while you guys chat about the crappy Chronicles. Don't worry about
Oh
me.
God.
So the reason why we had a little bit of a miscommunication, chat, because chat was asking why you didn't watch it, and to be fair, you weren't here the 1 week that we did it, and we talked about what we were watching, and then we took a week off, and then we messaged in chat just like the links of what to watch, but maybe it wasn't the most clear. I should have been like, this is what you need to watch 3 episodes of. I did say I was gonna watch 6 of Takopi's Original Sin, and I didn't get that done, unfortunately.
It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Anyway, Bunny Girl Senpai season 3. Not exactly loving it yet, but I do love Bunny Girl Senpai, so I'm sure it'll get better. Jordan, thoughts? Or season 2.
I know.
Season 2 actually. My bad.
Season 2, yeah. It's called like Rascal Does Not Dream of Santa Claus or whatever. The first arc is that Does Not Dream of a Lost Singer, so it's adapting that novel, and it's about the girl we meet in the Little Sister movie, right? That's in the same idol group as Notica. So we get to kind of get to know a little bit more about her. Time has passed; they're in college now, and it's one of those things where I enjoyed it. It's like not my favorite thing in the world, but I think they did a good job of introducing the college arc, if you will, and showing that even as you get older, there are certain things about growing up that never quite change as you try to find your place in the world, right? If you're suddenly in a new environment with new people, trying to find out where you fit in and trying to maybe read the room sometimes, or you're being influenced by those people to where you're a little bit more like them. That's inevitable, right?
Yeah.
So it's this girl kind of going through those things, right, and still trying to be true to herself in spite of that. So it's a fun little arc. I enjoyed it.
I like the first episode because you do get the introduction of like this new atmosphere at university. The characters have gotten a little bit older. I like the idea of characters aging and us following their journey throughout life. So we're going to see updates with Sakuta and Mai's relationship. We're going to see different characters. I feel like we get arcs for characters, but because we're following them throughout their high school and university years, these are years where you learn a lot about yourself. You go through a lot of struggles. And you kind of discover who you are. And I do think I like the idea where it's like we have a little bit of like Kaide's arc in the first season, but then we have another arc for her in the movie. Like we have more and more things that these characters are going through, and I like that because it's like, oh, just because we finished this this idol's little arc here, we know that there's going to be more from her and more that this group of idols and characters are going to be going through. So even though I didn't love these first 3 episodes, I know I'm going to get more in the future. And I did like the setup of the university arc. I like the teasing of this Santa Claus girl who has the ability to give away these adolescent syndromes to people to help them. And in this case, she gave the idol character the ability to read the room and like understand other people's emotions and thoughts and stuff. I like that. I was a little bit underwhelmed with her specific arc, that character, for whatever reason. But I did like the setup of the new university and the Santa Claus and stuff like that.
I guess I got a little bit lost too, as far as like, was there even adolescent syndrome involved in this one, or was it like it? I honestly don't even know if there was. Like maybe there was, and I just kind of missed it. But like it felt like just naturally growing up. Like there was no physical manifestation of it.
It wasn't a manifestation like the
right?
other one. I think what happened was she was the type of person for the longest time who, how do I say this? Like someone could be giving her like a backhanded compliment or making fun of her, and she would take it as face value and just be happy, right? She's the type of person who, like, even if a goal's impossible and doesn't see the real, like, other people will be like, well, realistically, will we be able to do this by this date? Probably not. She's the type like, yeah, we're going to nationals, whatever. I can't remember what their goal was. It was to get to a certain stadium with like 10,000 people.
Budokan, yeah.
Budokan, right? Anyway, like she had this goal, and I believe the syndrome that she got out of nowhere was the ability to like read the room and be more understanding and realistic to what people are thinking. But the beauty of her flawed self was that she was able to inspire the people around her to keep on pushing towards a goal. So that was something that I liked. But I do believe that the Santa Claus girl gave the syndrome. I may have watched episode 4. Maybe that's why. Maybe my bad.
Maybe. I've only seen the first 3.
It may have been in episode 4.
I think those first 3 do close out like at least the arc of the Idol Singer, right? So like it is that enclosed for that novel, but it's it's one where I guess I was I need to maybe keep watching it to understand a little bit more about that, because it almost seemed like one where it's like, even if there's not like a physical manifestation of it, like there's still these things that they're going through of like trying to fit in, and is she learning to read the room to try to fit in and things like that? And because in middle school she didn't really fit in, and then she decided to like transfer, get homeschooled instead. And then there it kind of worked out and stuff, but like as you continue to grow older and get put in new situations with new people and new environments, right, like there's going to be some of those things that you never quite learned how to deal with in the past are gonna like rise back up again, right? Do you try to learn to read the room a little bit to get along with those people that are near you now, or do you you just continue staying the same as you were, right? So it's growing up is I guess the overall theme there, and so it almost becomes like harder to distinguish where like the adolescent syndrome ends and then naturally growing up begins, right? So,
that's true. And there was also they talked about like her maybe exploring like an individual career, but then she ended up coming back to the group and she wanted to achieve that goal, which was nice. We do have the Santa Claus, Toka Kirishima, who at the end of the 3rd episode did say that she had the ability to give these syndromes to people. So we're probably gonna see more of that going on into the rest of the season, which I'm excited for. There's also the character that our main character Sakuta meets in the 1st episode, who I thought for sure was gonna be like the female version of him from another fucking timeline or something, because she had no cell phone like him, and just like even before the cell phone comment, I'm like, this girl reminds me so much of our main protagonist.
Yeah, no, very very similar, right? So
that's what I called. I called it in the 1st episode. I'm like, it's literally a version of him from another fucking reality timeline bullshit, syndrome, split, whatever it may be. That's what I was thinking. I'm probably wrong, but I'm looking forward to watching more to see what happens.
I just assumed it was a similar character from like a different school. Like, all the kids in that school also had adolescent syndrome, but she was the one having to deal with it or something like that. Something along those lines. But,
yeah, maybe.
That's great.
Could be interesting.
Great. I'm glad you guys enjoyed it. To be honest, for me, I like Sakuta and Mai. Bunny Girl Senpai is great, especially the 2 protagonists, the relationship and all that. It's probably the best thing about Bunny Girl Senpai. But you know what's even better than
What's
that? Isakawa smartphone. I love the characters in this. I love how generic it is. I love how overpowered the protagonist is. I love how he gets his fucking harem and he just styles on everybody with his smartphone. Yeah, it's cool. I love it.
Get some help.
Get some help. He never changes. So, Recon, did you have any like crazy thoughts about like the movies that you maybe wanted to share, whatever? I know me and Briggs already kind of talked about it at length and stuff, but like, if you had anything that you wanted to.
Not really. I don't have anything else. I've only watched Takopis. I haven't watched the others.
You watched the movies, no?
No, I've only watched the 1st season of Bunny Girl Senpai. I haven't seen the movies.
Bro, that means you weren't prepared for the other week either. God damn it. This guy. Okay, what do we want to do next week?
This time I'm going to watch everything that you guys recommend.
Sounds good. Well, we could all suggest one anime. We could do that again.
I'm torn on mine, so I'm still kind of thinking about it. I have 2 that I considered. But
I want you guys to watch something from this season, because this season is pretty good with some of the new shows.
I'm thinking.
So, all right, I'll go ahead and lay out the ones that I had in mind then, and I'll let you guys give me your thoughts on which one you'd rather do. So I thought about doing Cardcaptor Sakura, just because it's one that's always been on my list, but one I always kind of avoided. But like, we just did Tsubasa, so I'm like, it'd be cool to see those 2 main characters and stuff, right? The series that they were originally in. So there's that connection there. But I guess if Recon didn't watch Tsubasa, maybe I'm leaning more towards Pet Girl of Sakura-so, which is like an old favorite of mine.
Seen it?
Oh, you've seen it? Dang it.
Yeah.
It's Briggs, have you seen it though? Or
I don't think
it's the
so.
same author as Bunny Girl Senpai.
It's pretty good.
That's the connection there. So
what's it called? What's it called? Let me look it up.
The Pet Girl of Sakura.
Pet Girl Sakura.
Like I said,
I
those
have
are just
not
some
about-
that are related to what we
it's-
watched this week, right?
It's slice of life rom-com. It's about a guy who takes care of a girl who is incapable of taking care of herself. It's like that. But there's a lot of like romance between the two and all that. It's cute. You might like it.
Well, you guys pick one of those two because they're both connected to what we talked about this week. So those
Well, I
based
mean,
on the authors.
Jordan, I choose the other one that I haven't seen. Obviously.
Card Captor Sakura. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh no. I really did not want to
Unless-
watch Card. I really wanted to watch the Pet Girl one instead, but you know what?
Fuck. Okay, Jordan, more selections. What else you got?
Okay.
Oh no.
Can I
All
suggest
right. Well,
one?
then you guys go.
do
Yeah,
you
go
think?
for it.
Claymore. I haven't watched that in a long time. Recon, have you watched Claymore?
I've heard of it, but I haven't seen it. But I know it's about that monster slaying girl and all that. It's badass, but I haven't seen it. No, I know about it though.
I'm trying to go
I have
off my
not seen it.
list of anime that I still owe. So I'm trying to double dip here a little bit, and I do owe 26 episodes of Claymore. So I'm gonna watch the first 3 with you guys if that's all right.
Yeah,
That
sure.
works for me.
I'm fine with that.
Have you watched
Alright.
Bastard? What's it called? Recon on Netflix. It's fucking
Heavy Metal
hilarious.
Dark
Bastard?
Fantasy?
Is that the heavy? Yeah, that one. Yeah, I've
It's
seen it.
fucking so funny. Anyway,
Yeah.
Jordan, continue. or Recon. What's your choice, Recon?
I'm looking. Have you guys seen? Probably not from this season, honestly.
All right.
Jordan, you continue on. What's your other
Okay.
recommendations?
So I came up with another one since y'all shot down my other two. I'm gonna come up with one that Recon will actually watch. So I know he likes samurai stuff.
Oh,
Have you guys ever heard of Rurouni Kenshin?
Of course.
So
Yep.
before Rurouni Kenshin, there's a prequel.
seen it.
Samurai
Not the
X,
prequel.
Trust and Betrayal?
There's
Oh,
no way you
Samurai
watch
X.
Samurai X, dude.
Okay,
Samurai
no,
X,
no,
Trust
no,
X
no,
Betrayal.
no.
It's a 4-episode OVA from 1999. If you saw that, I'd be like, well,
no,
gosh dang
I'm
it.
out. I'm out. I'm out. 1998, 9.
There's no I'm out. There's
yeah.
no I'm out. There's no I'm out.
Bruh.
Me
You
and
shut
you
down my
go.
other two. You only get so many vetoes here, okay? Samurai X. I chose this for you, Recon. You like
So you go
samurai
all
stuff?
the way. So you go back in time and recommend a crappy
it's-
anime.
No,
Great.
no, it's an OVA, which means like they only did 4 episodes, which means they made the quality for those episodes really good, right? It's one of those where even people that don't like Rurouni Kenshin, I would recommend this, right? Like it's
Alright.
just it's like the prequel to that, and the tone's very different. So,
Oh no, I know exactly what you guys need to watch.
Oh, no.
Alright. all right.
I want you guys to watch Yandere Dark Elf.
Yandere Dark Elf. Okay, so we got Claymore, Samurai X, and Yandere Dark Elf.
Oh boy.
Oh my god.
You
So,
guys are gonna
Alright.
love this.
I think I actually watched 30 seconds of this anime. Or maybe I watched the
Which one?
trailer. Yandere Dark Elf. Maybe I watched the trailer and I said I'm not watching it, but I guess I'm gonna watch it.
I mean, I know what Dark Elves are, and I know what Yanderes are, but I don't.
Yep, you
I don't
guys
know
will
what
love
this
it.
series is. So.
2 combined in 1. Yanderes and elves. What could possibly go wrong?
Alright.
I guess we'll see.
Chat is begging. Please let chat add one anime. What's your pick, chat? Maybe.
Oh god, chat. I'm gonna make us watch 4 anime.
I know Forgotten's been wanting us to watch XXX Holic. Would you guys be down?
That would be another. That'd be another good one to. Can we replace mine with XXX Holics? Where we only do 3? That'd be another one that's like based
No,
off.
I
of
want to
Super-
watch the Samurai X one though. I'm actually excited.
No.
Fuck. Can we do 4? Can we
Alright,
do
we-
4?
We can do 4. We can do 4. But this is gonna be a busy week, so I'll do my best.
Yeah. Oh, fair. I'll try. Well, we'll focus. The main 3 are the main 3 that we just did. We just talked about. And if we have time,
Yeah.
try and watch XXX Holic.
That's another one. You know,
Just
that was done by
list
Clamp.
Jordan, do your job. List them so I don't forget
Okay.
what to watch.
Sounds good. I got you.
I haven't continued Berserk in a while. God damn.
Yeah, I was secretly hoping Jordan was, because when you're talking about the Tsubasa Chronicle, like things that were based off, I was secretly hoping you were going to recommend XXX Holic and not Card Capture Sakura.
So Card Captor Sakura was one of those where I'm like, even before Madoka, I'm like, there was like 2 magical girl anime I was like, I want to check out one day, and it was like Madoka and then Card Captor Sakura, and I could never make myself do it because I'm not a big magical girl.
Same.
anime guy. So
I shouldn't have shut it down, but you said the pet one first, which I was down for, but then Recon had watched it and he shut that one down.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I want to shut down the card capture, or at least the
you guys both got a veto, okay?
We
So
got a
we'll go
veto.
with Samurai X. But...
I'm so down for Samurai X.
Looking at this, isn't this just literally Rurouni Kenshin?
It's the prequel, so it's like it's not the same series, but it's like it would be like before, like the backstory of what happened prior to Rurouni Kenshin.
And that sounds so hype. I'm so down.
Okay. Are you guys even watching the Rurouni Kenshin?
I watched.
I read it way back in the day.
I watched the original and I watched some of the new one.
Okay.
Yeah, I haven't watched any like newer stuff for it, but
yeah, it's so funny.
I watched it way back when.
When you
the
said
new one already has 2 seasons.
When you said Rurouni Kenshin, Recon's like, seen it. I'm like, bro, you didn't see the original. There's no way.
No, I've seen the new one, both seasons.
That doesn't count.
It counts. It counts.
It does count. It's literally a remake.
You don't know what he was referring to, is what I was saying. You don't. He could have said, watch the one with. Dude, that opening is the worst anime opening. I fucking I hate it. I hate Rurouni Kenshin.
I will say I like Samurai X way better than I like Rurouni Kenshin. So like as far as this prequel goes, this very specific prequel. So hopefully you guys end up enjoying it as well. So.
Hitokiri Batosai!
See, they always talk about his backstory. We get to actually see the backstory, you know?
Yeah,
man.
I'm
all right,
so
yeah, it looks exciting. We'll see how it is.
Anyway,
it's gonna
guys,
be fucking shitty looking though, but it's fine.
Get over it. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode of Rant Cafe. We'll be back next week with more anime talks, and I'll see you all next time. Bang.
Bang.
Later. Bye.